Hey you guys, and welcome back to My Table of Three. My name is Carrie, and today I thought I would share a little bit with you guys about our Sunday. We just got back from church, and so I'm going to be cooking lunch and a dessert for our Sunday meal, as well as working on a blog recipe. So killing two birds with one stone, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. So come along with me when I share my quick and individual blueberry crumbles. It is a blog that I have adapted from the first few times that I made it. I do have that recipe on the blog. I'll put it in the link to that recipe in the description below. This recipe will be modified because I don't have any cream cheese since we're trying to do less dairy. And I'm going to add a little bit of whey protein to the blueberries today. But follow the link below to the recipe and check it out. And watch me make it today while I give you measurements and see which way you'd like to make it the best. Both ways are delicious, and yeah. So I just want to share that little piece. I'm going to finish lunch and I'm going to show you that recipe. Let's get started. Alright, so let's get started on these simple blueberry crumbles. They are low carb, sugar free, gluten free, and Trim Healthy Mama S. We're going to have these for a quick Sunday dessert this evening, so I thought I would share with you the recipe. So this is 11 ounces of fresh blueberries. I have used them with the frozen before, but I had fresh. I bought it at Aldi's. They were on for $1.49 this week. So I just threw this whole container in the freezer, and then today I just threw it in this bowl. And then to the bowl I added 3 tablespoons of Trim Healthy Mama's super sweet or sweet blend. You can use any erythritol stevia blend or xylitol, whatever you want. Just use the equivalent. I would just start with less and taste as you go. And in the recipe, that link that I have below for this recipe to my blog, where this original recipe is, I also put cream cheese in it. So it's like a blueberry cream cheese crumble, but today we're trying to avoid a little bit more dairy, so I'm leaving that out. However, to thicken it up a little bit, I used a tablespoon of whey protein. Now, if you're trying to eliminate dairy altogether, you could use maybe, you can leave it out altogether. You could use maybe a couple of teaspoons of oat fiber, but to this, I just added 3 tablespoons of Trim Healthy Mama Sweet Blend and 1 tablespoon of Trim Healthy Mama whey protein. And then I just set it on the counter while we went to church this morning, and you can see how it got a little juicy, like it macerated there, just like berries would with real sugar. And so what I'm going to do is, this is 11 ounces. I believe my recipe says 12 ounces because when I made that recipe, I used a bag of frozen, and it was 12 ounces. And this is going to be divided into 3 individual portions, which one for myself, my husband, my son today. But if you're making these just for yourself, they do keep in the fridge very well. Just wrap them tightly with plastic wrap and keep them in the fridge, and they will last several days in the fridge, or you can even freeze them if you want to. So I am just going to divide these blueberries between all 3 containers. Make sure you get some juice on each one. And now this is a single serve. So I believe for an S meal in Trim Healthy Mama, you need to keep your blueberries to a half a cup. So that's why we're just keeping them to about a half a cup, because 11 ounces, it's just about 1.5 cups, so that will spread out. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be just the right size for an individual dessert. So just enough to get you satisfied and taste delicious. So I'm going to move these aside, and then I'm going to show you guys how to make the crumble topping. And I usually make this, originally I made it with a half a cup of almond flour and a 1/4 of a cup of oat fiber. Not oat flour, but oat fiber. But today I'm going to use Trim Healthy Mama Baking Blend, which is a low carb, gluten free baking blend that I love from Trim Healthy Mama. I'll put the affiliate links to both of these Trim Healthy Mama products below. So instead of the almond and oat flour, today I'm just going to use 3/4 cups of the baking blend because it already has oat fiber and almond meal in it. So I'm just going to take that in this mixing bowl and add my 3/4 cups of baking blend. And you guys don't have to worry about writing this all down. I'll have the link in the bottom. It will be a little bit different because today I'm adapting to what I have, and dairy-free, and then, or almost dairy-free. Then 3 tablespoons of super sweet. You can do a little more or a little less depending on how you like things sweet. A few tablespoons of slivered almonds that I crunched up. And then 5 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to mix this up. This butter I've had softening on the counter as well while we were going to church. And so basically I'm just going to dump it in there, and I'm going to kind of mix it around until it comes into coarse crumbs, like a crumble. And I wash my hands just in case I have to do this with my hands. So it's a lot easier sometimes to work with our hands than when we're doing this. But if you wanted to make it a little bit simpler, and I think in my blog post I made something, if you want to melt the butter to make this incorporate faster, it's going to work the same, guys. But I'm just mixing this all up. You want to try and get it all. You don't want it to be extremely dry. You want some of the butter to be mixed into all of the topping, because then we're going to take this and sprinkle it over the top of our crumbles. And you don't want dry powder. Okay. I'm actually going to use my hands a little bit, guys, because I did wash my hands, but I'm just going to make sure I get all that. You can use gloves if you want to use gloves, but I'm just going to use my hands since it's clean and it's my family eating this. Try not to make a mess like I do. Okay. So, if you wanted to start out with less sweetener and taste this before you go forward, you can. There's no eggs or anything, so it'll be totally fine. Alright, so that is about right. You can see that it is crumbs, and it'll stick together if you pinch it. So, that's what you want. Alright. So then I'm going to pull the 3 individual portions back over. And I'm just going to do like this. I'm making a mess. And you'll do that. That's the fun part of kitchen. Cleaning it up is not so fun. Especially if you ask my husband, since he's usually the one that cleans for me. You can put as much crumble or as little crumble as you like. But we like it, so I'm going to divide it up. You could even put some vanilla. This is so easily adapted, you guys. You can change it, but I will, again, have that link below to my original one that I made. Okay, and so I have divided all of this up between all 3. And now I am going to bake that in the oven at 350 degrees for, let me check my recipe, for about 25-30 minutes. Basically, since there's no eggs or anything, you're just wanting the blueberries to cook down and for your crumble to get nice and golden brown and cook, so nothing really tastes like raw flour or dough or anything like that. So I'm going to put these in my oven that I've been preheating. I'm going to cook those for about 25-30 minutes, and I'll come back and show you guys what they look like when they're done. Alright guys, kitchen is clean. You hear it. Lunch was good. Or we're working on lunch, and here are the little mini blueberry crumbles that are fresh out of the oven. You can see how nice golden brown they are, all bubbly up the sides, bubbly up the sides. So warm and gooey. I'm going to show you what a bite of one looks like. See? Oh, look at that. It's going to taste amazing. Let's see. It's so good. Again, it's a Trim Healthy Mama S, lower in carbs than your normal blueberry crumble, and you can put these in the refrigerator or the freezer to freeze them so you have individual portions. Or if you feel like being nice like I am today, you can share them with your loved ones. They are so delicious and so easy, you guys. Again, I'll put the link to my original recipe below. This one's a lot simpler than that one just because I use less ingredients, but here you go. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to my videos that you do. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you've liked this video and enjoyed this recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you tried, and I'll see you guys next time.